How's it going, everybody? This is RaiderKnight. Today we're playing as the Russian Empire in the World War I scenario. Believe it or not, we've actually never played as Russia for like a super long time, almost a year. So I thought that was kind of crazy how out of all countries we haven't played as Russia for like the longest time. So I really want to play, and we didn't even really technically play as Russia, I don't think. I think we mainly were playing as the USSR, which, yes, it's Russia, yes, it's not Russia. Can you really count it as, like, regular Russia? I'm not sure. But I'm just gonna say we never played as Russia. So we're playing as Russia today to make up for that. So, obviously Russia is an easy country to play as, but we've never played as them. And I just kind of wanted to play as the country. I mean, obviously I've played as this country in, like, my spare time, but never for a video. So one of my first things that I'd like to do is I'd kind of like to have a little bit of alternate history. I want to have I want to kind of make Russia join the Triple Alliance in this scenario, and we're just gonna have fun and kind of have some alternate history essentially. So we're going to be joining the Triple Alliance with the German Empire, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottomans. And obviously the Allies don't have an alliance in this scenario, and nobody technically does, but oh well, I guess. You can't really change that. When the new game comes out, I think a lot of people will definitely remake the World War I scenario with alliances, and that'd be pretty cool. So, hopefully we can be hyped for that in the future. And I'm going to take over Romania and some of that land up in the north. Okay. I don't even think I should get any pacts with any country. I think I'll be fine. In terms of this, let's just build a small stack of troops to defend this. And build a lot of troops to take over Romania. Okay. And now the Triple Alliance has become an empire, essentially. I'm going to continue my attacks up here in the north. Hopefully this all goes well. I'm guessing it will. And yeah, I'll just see how that goes. I will also go into Iran, possibly, and yeah, we'll just see how that goes also. Okay. And Norway took over Sweden's capital, but that's fine. In terms of Iran, we're going to go to their capital. And we're going to also attack all this land over here in Afghanistan. And just see how that goes. Okay. Plus we can get a southern little port right here, so that'd be nice also. In terms of this, can we attack both territories from here? I don't think we can. Okay, we're going to take all this over. Okay. India is attacking us, but I think we're just going to end that battle for now. I'd much rather focus on taking over like Mongolia at the moment, so I'm going to do that instead. We're going to take over all of Mongolia, and then we're going to probably move into China. That's probably the plan. And let's just see how this goes. It should be pretty easy. It's a pretty small war, to be completely honest. So possibly one turn. Yeah, it took one turn to literally take over their whole country. China actually might fall to Japan. I know Japan wasn't in the Triple Alliance, but I kind of want to add them just for fun. I know it's not historically accurate, but we're going to add Japan just for fun, because I feel like it. We're going to build a good wall, essentially, right here. And we're going to take over this southern Chinese country. Yeah. And we're going to get it packed up with India and just make them a part of the alliance also, because why not? I know it's not historically accurate, but I'm just kind of having fun with this scenario, and I don't know. It really doesn't matter, because we already have the strongest country. I guess we got America to worry about a little bit, but I mean, they are really not that powerful. In terms of Europe, I'm actually surprised Germany isn't doing that well. They're kind of playing really badly, so I'm not sure if that's just normal for them at the moment, but I'm gonna support them with a lot of money. So let's see how that goes. That'll be kind of funny to see. And let's take over all of that land right there. I kind of want Japan to control all this, but they're not doing very good. And I really want Japan to take this all, but they're not playing good, like I said. Let's take over China's capital. Maybe, okay, well, Japan has some land, so I'm just gonna say, oh well. There you go, Japan, that's your little colony or something. Go fight the Philippines, I guess. Actually, let's build some troops and go take the Philippines over ourselves. In terms of the Middle East, it looks like Turkey, or not Turkey, the Ottoman Empire finally got a victory. Austria-Hungary is invading Africa. And it looks like Germany got kicked out of Africa, which is sad, but whatever. And Germany is going to win in Europe, hopefully, and take over France's capital. That would be nice. So then, you know, we wouldn't have to worry about anything. In terms of the Philippines, we're going to be attacking there, and yeah. I'm going to give some money to, let's give some money to good old Austria-Hungary. And maybe they can take over Europe. I don't know. Okay, take over both of these territories and see how this goes. Boom. Pretty simple. And now we have a massive army. Let's go into Australia next. And let's just invade Northern Australia. Pretty simple, pretty explanatory, you get the point. Go down and take over all of Australia in a pretty quick battle. And I think that's about the end of Australia. So let's see how that goes. Pretty well. Build a lot of troops, and let's go to New Zealand next. Hopefully New Zealand doesn't make a sneak attack, but we're going to take their capital regardless, so that's fine. And boom, New Zealand has been defeated, essentially. And now we're getting attacked by Britain, who thinks they can invade us from the Middle East, out of all places. Meaning that the Ottomans aren't doing that good, but apparently Germany did take over France, so that is some good news, and we're going to hopefully support them in the war in Africa. Maybe they can win, maybe they'll lose more, I really don't know. We're going to build a port in Africa, or not in Africa, in Pakistan, and we're going to send in reinforcements to kind of help out our allies over here in the Middle East, because they're not doing very good. And boom, there you go. And we're going to build another port here, and we're going to send troops to Africa. Send them to Madagascar or something. I think actually Germany can solo them at this point. So we're just going to let Germany take over Africa. And we're just going to take Madagascar and maybe send some support to some of Africa. I'm not sure. We'll send some support to this coastline over here. And we'll see how that goes. Okay. We've taken the coastline. Now we can go into their capital. And just kind of, you know, defend the rest, I guess. See how this goes. Actually, let's just let Germany have it. Okay. Brazil is invading. Not really too big of a deal. Let's actually just make peace with Brazil. Maybe we can get them into the alliance or something. I don't even know. No, we can't. So that was just a waste of time. In terms of this area, I kind of want to kick out the British Raj. They're not really that good of an ally anyway. So let's just invade them and take over Nepal so nothing happens to our alliance. So that is the plan. Let's take over the British Raj. Build a lot of troops up, make sure nothing happens, essentially, is the plan. And yeah, that's the plan. So send some troops here and here. Build up more troops here to make sure that they do not have a sneak attack. And let's see how that goes. Did we get attacked? Yeah, we did. The Americans sent troops across the Baltic Sea. So we're going to have to build a lot of troops and make sure that they don't gain anything over here. I think that'll work. And in terms of India, they're pretty much done for at this point, so let's just you know, just take over whatever little stuff they have left. Send as many troops as we can to their capital, and I think that'll work pretty well. See how that goes. Okay, it went pretty well for the most part. It didn't go perfectly, but it went alright. And now we can take over the rest. Okay. In terms of these countries, I want to kick them out also. They're not really friends with my other allies, so we just gotta take them over to avoid any conflict. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do. This one doesn't want to give up in Indochina. Okay, well, Japan got it, but that's fine. And overall, our alliance is looking a lot stronger, so I don't think anything bad will happen. Germany is making an invasion over here. I want to support it, but at the same time, I'd also like to just invade already. So I think I'm going to send my own troops across the Baltic Sea, and we're going to go into Alaska. And let's see how this goes. It should be pretty simple at this point to win, so I'm not really expecting too much of a conflict. Okay, take over all this. Go over here, take over all of this, and just kind of see how it goes. Well, we are running into some problems now. They do not want to surrender over here, so we're going to send extra troops, and we're going to hopefully take over a lot of this northern Canadian territory. And that went alright. It didn't go great, it went alright. So let's take over all this. Move into kind of the north western section of the United States. And hopefully we can take Montana, Washington, Oregon, and all that stuff. So that was all pretty easy. Now we can go into California, Nevada, and all the rest. So there we go. Take over Kansas, Minnesota, take over Ontario. Is that Ontario? Yeah, it is. Okay. Not really very good when it comes to Canada either. I know this is Ontario, Quebec, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's really about all I know. I know Alberta too. It's somewhere over here in kind of the middle of Canada, but that's really about it. So yeah, I'm a pro when it comes to Canadian territories, or is it states? I really don't know. Do they call them territories in Canada, or do they call them states? I don't know, because I don't live in Canada, but there you go. Take over Michigan, take over Quebec, and New York, and let's just see how this goes. Okay. And we can take over the rest. Take over Washington, D.C. Move into Kentucky, Tennessee, Texas, Louisiana. You get the point. Take over Mexico City, and we've pretty much won at this point. I think America will lose because we just got their capital. And take over Florida to just kind of end the battle. I'm just gonna fast forward a couple turns to take over the rest. Take over the Central American territory. And watch out for Brazil is my next plan of action. Build some troops here in Haiti, and we're gonna go into probably northern Venezuela, even though that's going to be a failure of an attack. And we're going to build as many troops as we can to take over that, hopefully. And nothing worked. So now we just wait for our allies to come across the Atlantic to kind of support us. We're going to build a lot of troops, probably over here in these islands as well. And hopefully that'll be enough to kind of, you know, give us a victory. And we're going to hopefully take over the Brazil capital soon. In terms of this troop, we're going to make them take over a lot of Chile and Argentina. And a pretty slow turn. We can probably take all of Argentina out in like one shot, so I'm just going to do that real quick. That should be a really big victory if that is the case. In terms of this, just, you know, try to slow them down and block them. Maybe this is actually the final turn of Brazil, I'm not really sure. But if we're lucky, this should be one of the final turns of their country. I think we'll take the capital this turn. Yes, we did. And yeah, one more attack and we've won the game. So, boom, that is a victory royale. So, yeah, victory for Russia. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.